All right, good morning. It's Friday, March 25th. I think it's our day 11 on the trail. We drove up to 19E in Elk Park, and we're going to hike south for 2 nights, 3 days, about 9 miles each day. And we're going to go over Overmountain. And there's 3 of us hiking today, so everybody remembers Odie. And then that's Jim, that's Odie's friend that she met on the trail last year. And he's going to be hiking with us. And hopefully we won't have to all 3 share a tent, but if it gets as cold as it's supposed to get, we may be bundled up together. It's supposed to get down, it says on some forecasts, in the teens. So it could be when we might see a couple inches of snow. But we had a nice evening last night at Greasy Creek Friendly Hostel. We got to sleep in a room with a bunk bed and got a hot shower. That's a thumbs up for the hot shower, right? Yeah, first hot shower in 8 days, I think. So that was well worth it staying there. So we're gonna hike on. We got about 6 miles of nothing but constant uphill. So we'll talk to you later. All right, we're not actually leaving North Carolina, but if we were going northbound, we would. So we'll still be hiking in North Carolina for a couple days, but I'm not hiking back up here to redo this video. So here's to the land of the longleaf pine, the summer land where the sun does shine, where the wheat grows strong and the strong grow great. Here's to down home, the old North State. So we've climbed up probably about 5 miles since we started this morning. We had lunch about 45 minutes ago, and luckily we got a view today. The clouds haven't rolled in. It was a little more clear skies earlier in the day, but we're up into a clearing. I don't know the exact name of it, but in just a second I'll show you around. We've got most of a view here, and then this is the trail here, and you can see it zigzagging up. Eventually, we're going to go up to the top of that, which I believe is Hump Mountain. So we should have excellent views all along the way. You can see it's clearing on you can see the bright spot. That's where the sun's hitting it's just the grasses and stuff here. So that's what we'll get all the way up there. So we should have some wonderful views from up there. We'll be able to see what's out that way. So I'll keep you updated. So we're most of the way to the top of Hump Mountain, and I'm walking in this rut. If you can see my feet, but the rut's about 6 inches deep, and every time I walk in them, I think of how many people ahead of me, how many footsteps have gone through there to make that rut, and how enjoyable their trips were, and at the same time, sometimes the struggles they got to go through, like getting up to the top of this hill. It ain't easy, but we're working. There's a person at the top, and we're trying to get there, stay out of the wind a little bit, and we see some clouds rolling in. It's supposed to snow tonight, so we're going to try to get a minute or 2 up there and on to the camp later. All right, apologies for the wind noise, but we just summited Hump Mountain crest that I showed you earlier. So we're now at 5,555 feet, and we've climbed up from about 1,800 feet. So we've gone up about 3,700 feet today in about 6 miles. So that's the equivalent, Tello, to going up Mount Mitchell. And when we get to the top up here, Odie and I celebrate 100 miles. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, one last shot from Hump Mountain. Jim was he was standing to the side over there. He said he felt a very, very light snow starting to come down here. It's supposed to start snowing about 7 tonight and go most of the night until about 7 in the morning, which would be about an inch and a half accumulation supposedly. So yeah, you can see 360 degrees from up here. We've got 345 of them. We're almost done over here. My hands are cold. It's about 36 up here. Wind's blowing about 25. And we're getting off the mountain. Bye. All right, we made it to Little Hump. And I'm looking back at Hump Mountain, which is the one we climbed. That's about 100 feet tall where we are now. And I think I've decided that they all have some beautiful views. Unfortunately, this one has a view of some clouds coming in. We think that might be the beginning of some snow over there. It's supposed to start at about 7. Right now it's about 3-ish, something like that. But we've got some nice views. Sorry for the wind. Again, I can't do much about it. But hiking route for the day, Jim and we got some sunshine over that way. We've got a tiny bit up here, but mostly we got wind and cold. Later. All right, so we just came out of the protected woods up there, and if you look out in the distance, you see a small green patch and then a brownish red barn. That's the Overmountain shelter. It used to be used, I think, you could get about 30 people in there if I remember correctly, something like that, but it's dilapidated, so now they don't let you camp in it or overnight in it as a shelter, but you can tent out around it. If you can see, maybe there's a couple tents already set up out there. So that's one of our options for tonight. We're close by. Near there is some water, and then there's another tent site, Yellow Gap. So we're going to go up there, get water, and then see which of the options have the best wind protection for the night, because it's supposed to get up to like 30, 35 mile an hour gusts, and we don't want to be fighting the wind all night long. It's going to be cold enough. We don't need extra issues to go along with it. All right, so we made it to camp. We are camping out near the Overmountain shelter. This is the old Overmountain shelter, and I think it used to be 2 floors. Up there you could camp out too, but they had room in here for a lot of people. It was a nice structure at one time, but like I said, it's dilapidated. Looks like we're going to get a sunset over that way, and we've been having a little bit of the beginning of a little sleet type activity. Hasn't been too bad as far as precipitation, just cold, and we got about 6 tents, 8 tents, something like that out here. We got a couple over there, a gentleman in that tent, 3 of us are over there, a couple over there, and then 2 gentlemen over here, and got our bear bag hung over there. It's a little taller than it looks, believe me. I just hope it stays up all night long. I tied it against a tree, and I'm not sure how good of a knot I put in it. Did the best I could. I'm not a outdoorsman, and that was where we came from earlier today, down that to get to here. And so we've all finished eating, and as you can tell, I'm the only one up right now. It's probably 7:30. I think a few people are going to look for the sunset, but it's pretty windy, pretty cool out here. So I'm going to go grab my water bottles, and then I'm going to head to bed myself. So